Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing.
Catch of the week. You get to see yourself on TV.
And let's kick it off with a lovely snapper over in Western Port, off Rhyll in fact, and David Sykes landed this cracker of 6 kilos. Seriously, there's probably 100 photos we could have shown of snapper this week, and just got to pick the first 4 that come in. And well done to David, that's a cracker of a fish.
Yeah, and hasn't Rhyll been just an ongoing hotspot?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we've probably featured over the last 5 or 6 weeks running, and
Absolutely.
I don't think it'll be going away anytime soon.
No, I mean, they're well spread. And Paul, you were saying you were down at the Tea Tree comp, and you said a lot of people fishing Western Port compared to Port Phillip in this year's competition.
Yeah, it seems to be that, you know, the quality of the fish is a bit better over there, and people are aiming for that big trophy fish. So Western Port was the dominant, you know, the fish that dominated our samples were Western Port.
Yeah.
That 6 kilo fish is probably one of the ones from the 2001 spawning, which we'll talk about later.
There you go.
It's probably 15 years old or so.
Wow, there you go. Let's have a look at the next one. Peter Fogarty, he headed out off Chelsea and landed a very nice snapper. They're nice and fresh. Look at the blue in the fins, and just a fresh looking fish, isn't it?
Nice beard too.
Yeah, I was going to say good snapper, good snapper, good beard. That's just an all-round good photo.
I've seen that bloke around somewhere. I don't know where it was, on Australia's Most Wanted or something like that. But Pete, you just stay safe at home and lock the doors in case someone comes around, I can tell you. Well done, Pete. Jaylee Branch also got out off Mornington with her dad and a lovely 6.5 kilo. A bit of fatness there in the gut. A bit like you, Trelly. Have a look at the gut on that.
Been a good paddock.
Hey? He's only a 2 kilo fish that's just eaten a steak.
Looking through my kitchen window. That one,
the camera adds 10 pounds, doesn't it?
25 in mine.
They're getting bigger. This one's over. Sorry?
That is unusual to see a belly like that on a snapper, isn't it?
It's an interesting, like I've read some historical newspaper articles about snapper, 50, 60 years ago, and they used to talk about this fish called a dumpy snapper that was in Port Phillip Bay, which I assume dumpy means something like that. Short, stocky, fat, chunky snapper. That was a dumpy snapper, the first one.
That's it.
They're getting bigger. Let's have a look at this one. This is Mark Stewart. He got a lovely, in fact, he got a couple up to 7.2 kilos over in Clifton Springs, Trolley, down in Geelong Way.
Yeah, they're nice fish, aren't they? No dumpies, but they're nice fish.
Yeah, definitely not dumpies. They're big fish.
Yeah. That Corio Bay area, like a lot of talk of snapper coming out of there.
Yeah.
Although, look, it's the same everywhere. Hot, cold.
Yeah,
it's good one day. We get to see all the good photos, but in all seriousness, it has been a little bit tough.
No one takes photos of nothing these days.
No, that's right.
No fun.
You never get to see the 50 boats that catch nothing. They don't take any photos.
That's right.
They
If I don't take photos of nothing, I don't take any photos.
Something that hasn't stopped, boys, is barrel tuna.
This is insane.
It is.
I'm sick of saying it, but
have a look at this. 125 kilos out of Portland. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Thank you very much. And it's just, I mean, people are just focused on snapper now. You go out on the weekends, and there is literally thousands of boats in Port Phillip Bay. Now, many of those boats, if the barrels were on, they should be down Portland, but they've just gone, nah, it's time to move on. But the barrels are everywhere, and that's a classic example.
Yeah, and we've got, to show you how good it is, we've got local, like snapper charter boat fishermen who are putting off actually booking trips for snapper because they're still important, catching big fish for themselves. They do the charter work the whole season, don't get much of a time to have a crack themselves. And I know Simon Rinaldi's one.
He's catching tuna last week.
He's staying up in Portland to get himself a tuna rather than come back and work for snapper. This is how good the fishing is there at the moment for these big barrel tuna. It's ridiculous.
The size of the fish.
Exactly right.
The next one will get people excited because it's the first one I've seen for the season anyway, but the first report of a yellowtail kingfish. The brand new Mornington Pier rebuilt, and you can see it in the background there, and young Chris was just throwing plastics at the salmon.
How good's that?
And look what popped up now. Reports I saw on Facebook saying last week it was a 60 centimetre. I mean, it got sent to us by Chris through the mobile hotline. He says it's 72 centimetres. It looks like a good fish, and thank you very much.
Yeah, it does look like a good fish. Caught land-based. Always great to see. The Mornington Pier is a bit of a renowned, I guess, land-based mark to get them, but it's great to see them turn up again because, you know, through a big rebuild, which the Mornington Pier's been through, you're never quite sure what's going to come back and what's not. But I think it's safe to say the Kingies are going to be there for a bit.
And Oh, the best. I remember we had them raw in here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was a one from the Rip I got last year. Or back this year in April. So
Definitely one of my favourites.
they are, aren't they? They're just
awesome.
beautiful. Best sashimi you can get.
Yeah.
If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, 'cause this is the show. We'll show